They've done some, looks like they put some new macadam down on this street. The curb is done. And they painted some directions for people to follow. The 2017 Road Improvement Program. Hello my friends, welcome to another Walk in the Word. It's everything's changing. The weather has changed quite drastically. Instead of like 90, which, you know, yesterday, the day before, we were still up to 90. Today it's like 70. Well, you know, let me tell you, the middle of June, it started 90 degrees, 80% humidity. Like I said, the extreme heat started here in like mid-June. Early. Usually it doesn't start until July, and it'll run through August. Usually late August it starts to dissipate, and September, you know, we're out of the heat waves. But this year, mid-June, for 3 months, plus really like 3.5 months, because here we are, we're at the end of September, and today is the first day it's dropped 20 degrees. Never saw 20-degree temperature changes from one day to the next. Lately it's been more like 30, and you know, everything's crazy, but everything's changing. Hallelujah. It's no longer, you know, the heat wave thing. Now here we are at Trader Joe's, and this is it. I'm pretty much done with the Trader Joe's updates. You know, it's kind of weird. These windows behind me, all of them cast a double image except for one. That one's double. That one's clear. This one's really double. I don't know if you can see these, you know. That one's clear. I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, I guess what's it been, like 19, 20 weeks I've been doing this, and we're done with Trader Joe's. If I'm here, they're supposed to be opening up like next week. Oh look, they have all the carriages. All the carriages are ready. I should have told them though, I only need one. Let's take a peek inside if we can. I don't know if you can see or not, they got products up. All the shelves. Yeah. They look ready. It'll be better when I can walk in. There's a girl in there, and normally I would just walk in and talk to her, you know, but not tonight. So if we're here next week, let's see if the door works. No, not yet. Gotta have a key. Here's the front side. So anyway, like I was saying, if I'm here next week and they're open, we'll go inside. But there's the end of our Trader Joe updates after what, 20 weeks. Pretty amazing. And here, I think, is the liquor store. Let's see if we can look inside. No, it's all empty. But my guess is That'll be the liquor store. I don't want to go in there. I want to go home. I want to raise a glass of vino and watch Yeshua take his first sip of wine in 2,000 years. He's been waiting. I will not drink of this cup again, Chavarim, until I'm with you in the Shamayim. Oh, Abba, bring us home. This week is so strange, my friends. I mean, I don't know when it was. I was led to do a study on the book of Corinthians. Well, there's 2 of them. And like I said, it would have been my decision to do 1 Corinthians and then 2 Corinthians. But Elohim said, no, I want you to do 2 Corinthians first. I don't question my Father, Just do what he says. I did 1 Corinthians, and then ironically, this past Thursday, I mean, here we are. We are at the door. And last Thursday I did the last final study on 1 Corinthians, all about the Net Chetef, all about the rapture. Then also crazy, my videos on YouTube are like 6 months behind my videos on Vimeo because of the weird thing with YouTube. I can't even remember. Last year, I guess. So this past Thursday, the video that went up on YouTube was the book of Ruth. Again, it's all about the Net Chetef, the rapture. And let's find a more quiet setting here. Oh, my harmonica, good. Well, I'm glad I walked around here when I did, because I have a package. And it's my harmonica. Last week's word study, and then even this past Thursday's word study, I was admonishing everybody to stop trying to own when. When is then is when. And I apologize if I came across harshly on that, on one hand, and on the other hand, I don't apologize. But I do want you to understand, I didn't mean to be harsh. It's just that people so easily get caught up in the flesh, and they start chasing the dates. And they just ignore Abba Father. They ignore our Adon, Yeshua. They ignore Elohim. They just, like, he's not just... I could see, like, the daddy looking at his kids, the ice cream truck is here, and they're like, they all forgot who I am. You're gonna have to come to me to get the money to buy the ice cream, but right now, they just dumped me for ice cream. And that's what I don't want. To see. Now, that's not to shortchange the watchers out there. We are told to watch, And I want to encourage Scott Clark. Scotty has done thousands of hours in the past, I don't know how many years, tearing apart that stellarium stuff. And I've said to you all for many years, nobody does it like Scotty does. And I always refer you to his videos. And he nailed this thing down. he brought many things to my attention. Jupiter being in the womb for a full gestation period, you know, and then exiting the womb, starting on the 9th, crowning, and then, you know, slowly coming out over the next couple of weeks. And here we are at this crucial moment. And now, you know, even Scotty changed his tune to today, Saturday. Shabbat Shalom, my friends. Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Maybe, you know. And look, we need watchmen alerting us to these things. But we also need to be responsible about our walk with Elohim. You can't just drop everything else. It shows a poor heart condition. Could be the thing that has you winding up, left behind. Being washed in His Word every day. That's number one. So that hopefully eventually you'll start learning how to pitch tents with Him. But you have to make Elohim number one on a list of one, not your trip home. So, you know, thank you, Scotty, for all your work. All you others out there, brothers of mine, watchers, you know who you are. Everybody else knows who you are too. Thank you for what you do. But please remember that spending time in His Word, being washed by and growing in His Word, is the only thing that's going to make you the kind of watchman that we need. So, perhaps the rapture will happen later today. Maybe it happened already and nobody's watching this because I didn't get it up. Who knows? But once again, this is not about the net chetef. This is not about the rapture. And by the way, next week, I'm going to re-deliver to you, if we're here, Abba willing, Revelation 12, Isaiah 66, and Enoch 61 and 62. Because there are two births happening with this great sign in the Shamayim, and everybody seems to not pay any attention to what I brought out in my 2017 Rapture Update. Now I can understand that because there was so much information in that video that and it was a little confusing, and partly because I didn't have it squared away in my own head yet. I had just found it and I was trying to express it. Did a bit of a sloppy job. So if I'm here next Thursday, I'm going to re-deliver this. There are two births with the woman in the Shamayim. The first birth happens before she goes into labor. That's the rapture, the net chetef. The second birth happens after she starts going into labor, during the tribulation, and you know, the red dragon is there going after the rest of her children, meaning the ones that didn't get taken up. This is a powerful study, and so I'm going to re-deliver that if we're here. But also this whole deal, you know, everybody's looking at the great sign of Revelation 12 as though it's like an announcement that we're going home. That's not what it is. It's an announcement, like I said last week, you know, the sign comes up before the exit. So it's an announcement telling us, the way I would put it is, here comes the tribulation. everything's about to hit the fan. Get ready, you know, last call, that thing. It's not saying we're going home. Everybody starts going, oh, well, you know, it's going to be on Yom Teruah. Oh, it's going to be on Yom Kippur. If it doesn't happen today, then I don't know, they'll probably find something else. And that's cool. That's being a watchman. It's like, well, maybe it's this, you know. None of us knows anything. We don't know nothing, you know. And the watchmen, they don't know, but they're not supposed to know. They're supposed to watch. And this is how it's done. You know, it's not easy. That's how it's done. So, anyway, maybe I'll get this harmonica in that little segment where I shoot my boots walking in the Word. But I'm going to call that a walk in the Word for the day, my friends. Shalom.